Alrighty. We are here reviewing Ben's Tracer today. He sent us this video. He said that he feels he had a really good game with Tracer in general, but he still feels that they lost. And he is wondering what he could have done better. Let's see what he has to show us and see if we can help.
Yeah. Alright, I'm probably going to go left and see if we can grab the high ground. Looks like they're coming... They're splitting. They got a Zen on the left. Let's see if I can pick them off.
Nice.
We got one, but not
Got
Zen.
some early picks over here. Zen is down.
Now we got Zen. About to jump this Mercy.
Nice, you get the Mercy. So far so good.
Mercy
Get a
down.
pick in the Mercy.
Putting heat on Orisa.
Alright, I think we can step it right here for a second. And let me just back it up a little bit. Right there's good. So I think you guys had an absolutely great start. You get a pick on the Zen and the Junkrat right here. And then Mercy dies right here. The only thing that is left is their Orisa and a soldier inside of the thing. And you've already seen them be over there. I think that you as Tracer, your main job is not only to flank and initiate the fight from angles that your team is not able to, but you're also cleanup crew. And now that you guys have already won this fight, two of your main threats, the Sen and the Junkrat, are down. Also, Mercy is down. So even though it's so early in the fight, they basically have no sustain left. And because of that, I think that you should be concentrating on the Orisa, or even better, the soldier that is inside of there. Soldier is the last threat that can allow the enemy team to fight back or kill any one of your teammates. Orisa, not so much. She's very dodgeable, and once everyone's there, her damage is healable because you guys still have pretty much everything. Your soldier died, but you guys still have your healers. They have you, so you guys should be good to go. So I recommend, once you know you've won the fight, like in this point, clean up. Make sure that soldier, he has to die very soon. And then you can clean up with Orisa. Right now, you're kind of taking a very passive approach to it. You're like all the way back here. And I think that this is more conducive to a McCree or a soldier. If you're playing those, this is a good spot for you to be. But being Tracer, you want to be right there. All right. Let's keep going. So as you can see, your damage is not being very effective from up here. One, your range is still a little too far. And two, it's hitting the shield. This allows the enemy team to actually take the point, even though you guys had already won the fight from the beginning. Nice pick. Get the soldier out of the way. Gotta be careful with that McCree.
Oh shit.
That flashbang is scary as Tracer. Alright, nice. You're able to kind of dodge him. Oh, there it is. Oh wow.
McCree down.
He didn't see you. That's good.
Great.
Alright, you guys are able to retake the point.
Somebody's in. Diva and Zarya are both in.
Your Pharah is doing a good job. She's getting a lot of picks, which is really good. Flanking them.
Ooh.
Woo! Scary McCree. That
McCree's
flashbang.
coming in right side.
I'm usually a little more of a fan of flashbang than headshot, but I don't know how easy that is to do in the console version. Nice stick. Get that pick there.
Shit. Soldier left side, he got me with his ult.
Alright, you got ulted.
Solo ulted me.
I've got you in my sights.
Man. Yeah, wait for us.
You guys seem like you're in a good spot over here. Your Pharah just got 2 picks.
Alright, wait
just
for
coming
Pharah.
back.
Wait for Pharah. Wait for Pharah. Alright, call the push tanks. Ryan, call the push. shit.
Whew, it's getting hairy over here.
I've got you in my sights.
I think that, again, you're thinking maybe a little bit too of a passive approach with Tracer. You've used her mobility a couple of times to try to get in the backline. For the most part, you've been hanging out around the bridge. And Tracer is one of the heroes where you can really be pretty much anywhere.
McCree down, Zarya down. We can push. We can push.
It's very rare that you can say you overcommitted as Tracer, since
No
you can
need, no
get
need.
anywhere and backtrack as needed. Alright, you guys win the fight over here.
Good job. Good job. All right, call it when they come in.
Nice little flank over here. I think this is the type of thing that you should be trying to do. Nice kill right there.
McCree,
You're able to be in the
McCree's
back, kind of like for any other hero.
in.
That's not a huge overcommitment, but not
Shit.
really for you.
Zarya bubbles down. Zarya bubbles down.
All right, let's stop it right here for a second, because I think this is worthwhile. Let me back it up. Right here. That was pretty good. You got to pick on the McCree, and then you get aggressive on the Zarya, which I think is a good idea. Right here. I think that you're in a great position over here. You just got to pick on your main threat, right? The McCree and the flashbang is gone. There's no hit scan or scare flashbang that can stop you on your tracks. And you're right here. You have your blink up. You have your backtrack up. You're about to get another blink. So honestly, you're in a good position. Zarya just popped her shield, and you have almost all of your ultimate right here. So you have all of the tools to be really aggressive. And I think that you are playing a little too safe with Tracer. Instead of backtracking immediately after you see the Zarya pop her shield, I think this is a great target for you right now. Sure, you might have some people coming through the back, but you can definitely outplay the Zarya if you want to. For example, you can blink straight to the health pack as needed and steal that from her, denying the heal. You can wait for her shield to run out and then go to town on her. You have a clear escape route where your team is all the way here in the back. So, and you have your blinks. So this Zarya is not too much of a problem. You can even use your blinks to dodge to the right, dodge over here, keep damaging her, then escape or backtrack as needed. With Tracer, the possibilities are endless. If you want to get even like super fancy, there's a trick you can do against Zaryas, which is really nasty. And is as soon as you see her pop her shield, you can actually throw your pulse bomb if you have it. You almost have it over here, so it's not quite right, but it's still worthwhile to know. If you throw the pulse bomb, you might once the shield runs out, the pulse bomb falls down to her feet, and if you time it right, it'll explode as soon as the shield runs out, doing a massive amount of damage to her, if not killing her outright, and then you can finish her off really quickly. And Zarya right here is super overcommitted. She's not like you that can blink away. Once her shield is gone, she is super vulnerable. So I would take advantage of that rather than just backtracking and then hovering over at the bridge, which you do a lot in this fight. All right, let's keep going.
Shit. Zarya bubbles down. Zarya bubbles down. Soldier on the left. I got pulse.
That Zarya has now killed 2 of your teammates, which you could have been there to help him out with.
Soldier's still on left. I'm switching over to the right. Oh, Zarya.
There she is.
Zarya on our side.
Just flanking through the
I'm
back.
pinned. Soldier low.
Nice pulse bomb.
Got soldier with pulse.
Now, this is where you should be
Mercy's on
getting
point.
really aggressive. Let me go back just a little bit over here. Once you get the soldier,
Soldier low.
pulse bomb it right there. you guys have a super clear opening. You just got the soldier, and your Mercy just revived your soldier. Not only that, but we see later that your Reinhardt is actually ready to engage and do an ultimate right here. And I think this is another example of a time where you should have gotten a lot more assertive with your Tracer rather than backing up to the bridge. Right here, your main target is Mercy. She is a super big threat to you right now because she's the only one that can turn the tide of the fight back. We know that Zarya has a Graviton, which is also really dangerous, but I think that once you got that pick over here, your main threat, the soldier, is down. There's only an Orisa and a Mercy left, which are not gonna really be damaging to you, and maybe a Zarya, but Zarya is very focused over here. Zarya is like all the way back here, actually. So I would say you should come right through the back and stick to this Mercy like there's no tomorrow. She needs to get away from this fight as soon as possible. Not only that, if you're in the back, you still have all your stuff. You're safe pretty much if anything goes wrong. And you would have been able to capitalize on the huge Earth Shatter that your Rhine is about to do. Killing the Mercy, maybe killing the Zarya. There's a lot of opportunity. So again, I think you should be more concentrated in being behind them and in your optimal range, like up close. With Tracer, you're going to be really, really up close. If you unload a full clip on them at your optimal range, you can one shot or one clip most of the heroes. But back here in the bridge, your damage is kind of wasted. Also, your mobility is kind of wasted over there. All right, let's keep going. See how this fight ends.
Got soldier with pulse.
There, your Reinhardt does a huge shatter.
Mercy's in point.
He gets the Mercy, the Zarya, the Junkrat. Ooh, scary tire.
Mercy's in there.
You get a kill on her, but Mercy still has the res. And yeah, there's a huge res.
Yeah, that's all right. High ground looks clear for the moment. They are coming. Oh, I got a Genji coming up on high ground. Orisa down. Pick up those healers. Genji still on high ground.
All right, let's stop it right here because this is very important. I think that you trying to find this Genji or trying to like figure out where he was took you a little bit too long. He was shooting you from somewhere here in the back. You were not able to really see it. And then I think that you did the right thing. Like Genji, he's not your main target. If you feel very confident that you can really take that Genji down, that's okay. You can go for him. But it's going to take you rather a long time to get rid of Genji, especially if he knows what he's doing or if he disengages. He has a lot of mobility. His target is, his body's kind of small. He can deflect your damage, dash away, a million other things. So I think that you did the right thing by going over here and flanking them. Your main priority targets are their Mercy. If they have a Zenyatta, your Zenyatta soldier is a really big target for you since you can actually get up close to him. And once his Helix rocket is down, for example, you can be really nasty on him without much repercussions. If he actually gets a couple of shots on you, you can always backtrack. It's a lot easier to take targets like him that can't actually run away from you that easily. But I think that your mistake here was coming back to the Genji because now the advantage that you guys had over here is being neglected a little bit. Like you see, their soldier takes your Diva mech down. So pressure is starting to be put at the point, and you're not being there able to help your team capitalize on those initial kills. Instead, it's taking a long time to kind of like chase this Genji around.
Still on high ground, or Genji.
Oh, that's
Mercy
a very
down.
nice kill that you're able to get over there. So as you can see, the rest of our team is really hurt, and you can really take advantage of that first over the Genji.
Shit. Genji got to the health.
You guys keep having this 1v1 over here. Thankfully, your team is doing pretty good. The Genji is kind of like doing the same mistake of focusing
low.
on you rather than on your healers. This is a good time to disengage. All of your team is dead. There's not really much you can do. It's better if you just go all the way back to your own spawn and get back to your team.
Alright.
Because right now you're very vulnerable and there's nobody that can really help you. Okay, that's good. You went back to your team.
Call the push, guys. Say which side you're going to.
I think you had the right idea. Trying to go around them. They went all
Put
the
heat
way
on this
around you
Mercy.
though.
There we go.
Nice picks. Nice, your soldier is able to take it. Let me just backtrack for a little bit because I think this is a good talking point right here. Just a little more. But right here. This is when I think you're ignoring one of your best attributes as Tracer, and that is your mobility, your blinks. You should always be positioning yourself to be in the safest position for yourself, where you can be the most efficient, while also putting out the most pressure. So right here, I think you are kind of like wasting a lot of your potential. There's a huge shield over here. Only Orisa is kind of visible. The Junkrat that is almost dead is behind the shield. You might as well, and you don't do this on a consistent basis, but you might as well just blink straight and then get rid of this. Like, some of the best positions you can be as Tracer is behind people and in corners. So for example, right here in this corner or right here in this corner is great. That means that anybody who's behind this cannot really see you, but you have full vision of Orisa, full vision of Junkrat. Same if you're over here, you have full vision of both. The shield has no effect on you whatsoever. And more importantly, you are at the optimal range. Like anywhere here is a great range for you because you basically do full damage to any of them. And especially Orisa's. Orisa's have such a hard time staying on you and targeting you that you can literally just stand right behind her, and once she turns and tries to fire you, you blink over here. Once she turns and looks at you over here, you blink back, and you kind of do like the Tracer dance. And moreover than that, you can shoot at her head quite a bit, charging your ultimate quite a bit, and make it in general just a lot better for you. So it's something to keep in mind that you don't use a lot. Tracer has so much potential with her blinks. And the thing is, you can do it in a split second. And if anything goes wrong, you can just backtrack and you're back here where you were safe next to your Mercy. She can heal you. And that's the power of Tracer on why she's so good in high tier play. Always look to be in the best position, especially if your blinks are up. This Genji is still roaming on the sides. I think he's making a huge mistake, kind of just being up there, not trying to be on your Mercy or behind them.
Much better.
Junkrat.
Fire
Fire comes left.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Now that you see their Mercy, you
Mercy
should
left.
try to stick to her like butter. Just don't leave her alone.
Is Mercy still up? Where is she? Does anybody see Mercy?
There we go. I'm back in the fight.
Mercy is left with Ryan.
I've got you in my sights.
Oh, nice
Mercy
stick.
pulsed. Yeah, I pulsed her.
And that soldier did some work. I think again you're playing
alright.
it a little too safe. Like once you saw the Mercy,
okay.
it's okay to go into the enemy territory. Like abuse the fact that your model is really small, and also that you have all your blinks, your backtrack. If they're focusing you, it's okay. Just you'll start getting the hang of it. Like
Okay.
as soon as they start focusing you, you blink to the side. Once they regain focus on
Good
you,
job
you
staying
blink again to the
positive,
side.
team. Easy to get toxic when we're down, but
And it's
job
just
with
really hard to target you. They
communication
waste a
and
lot of
staying
time.
positive.
They waste a lot of resources trying to do it. Opens up a lot of space for your team. But if instead you're lingering in the back a lot, then you're not putting up that pressure and you're not taking away their attention.
Capture the objective.
I think your overall mechanics are pretty good. Like you're able to stay on target. You're able to deal pretty much good damage. You're just not doing it often enough, I think.
Alright, I got Genji pinned down on the right.
Nice. Your team is doing a lot of kills.
Good pickups, guys.
But again, I think Genji's not your target. I think that you should be looking for their Mercy right now.
Yeah,
Just giving them a
Mercy-
lot of
Mercy
sustain.
down.
Nice. You get it.
Nice job.
And that should be your first
Yeah, well
priority
done.
from the get-go. Try to
Zarya?
get it behind them and on their main healers, on their main damage dealers like
Somebody's still in
Soldier,
there. Genji,
McCree.
Genji front point.
Now somebody's shooting from behind you. It seems like there's a soldier. I can hear him
Junkrat behind. Junkrat in our
somewhere
front door.
behind you. And you should try to be aware of that. Yeah, I can definitely hear him. He's like in the corner. Oh, there's a Helix rocket from
Barista
him.
coming in front door.
Oh, there he is. Oh, this is a major oversight.
I don't know where that
This soldier is just standing there. Now, I don't know if you're playing with headphones
Mercy
or
and
how you're playing.
Orisa
Since I
looks
know
like
you're
coming
doing
from
it
the
in the console, so I don't know if you're doing it
Soldier's-
just from like
oh,
the
I see where he
TV
is.
sound. That might be why you're having a little trouble hearing where he's from.
Soldier down.
If you're playing with headphones, it's usually a lot
Got him out
easier
of there.
to hear where things are coming from, and it's definitely something you should be abusing, or not abusing, but getting used to and using to your advantage. I can tell my enemy's position a lot by sound, and that soldier was very apparent if you listen to him.
I've got you in my sights.
Yeah, boy. Nice job, guys. All right, there's the res. Mercy in their front door. Mercy down. Nice job.
Nice, you guys are doing a good job
Soldier
of
down.
getting behind them. I think this round you've been a little better
comes the tire, here
about
comes the
staying
tire.
behind them, and trying to damage them.
I don't see where it is. I don't see where he is. Junkrat's in our front door. Junkrat's coming behind you guys.
Nice, you guys
Down.
get rid of the Junkrat. It's very important that you guys keep up the pressure here because they're short on
out.
people. This is a good chance for you to, instead of hovering in near the back,
Mercy,
you
guys,
try to
Mercy on
like
the right.
go on their backside and keep the pressure on them.
Mercy's got res. Mercy's got res. Kill her. Did we wipe? Fall back, fall back, fall back. Fall back.
Okay, one little note over here. I think that you're using your back rooms a little too much. And these side rooms. The beauty of Tracer is how fast you can get to certain places, especially if you have your 3 blinks up. Like you can literally just straight blink into their back line and be in their back, then hide for a little bit until you maybe get like a blink or 2. But you don't really have to walk all those distances. Sometimes even using your blinks, like if you want to get the health pack, just blink 3 times, get the health pack, and then backtrack to get in your position as needed. Your cooldowns come up pretty fast. Maybe don't engage until they do, but what I'm getting at is that I think that you're using a lot of your time, and your team is getting kind of like destroyed a lot of those times when you're back here. And it's cool to use health packs to boost your health, but you should be looking to be near your Mercy, for example. She can heal you as well. And rather than come to the back line where you ignore your team for a little bit, use them. You know what I mean? Use your Mercy, have her heal you, and then you're also beside her. So once other threats come to get her, you can be there to help her out. And more importantly, you can be part of the action when it's happening. I think that looking for these health packs all game is hindering you a little bit in not being able to put as much pressure as you should.
Fall back. All right, let's group back up. Let's group back up. Who's in there? Get it. Whoever's in there, get out of there.
Group up.
All right.
Aye, aye.
I'm at 93. Oh, there's Zarya, wasted ult.
Nice.
All right, I got pulse.
Got a free out of grab card.
All right, push,
Get
push,
2
push.
picks. This is a great time
Yeah,
for you to get
nice.
really aggressive right now.
There's the res.
Nice pulse bomb.
Got 2 of them with pulse.
Right here, you should be totally looking out for the stragglers and getting pretty aggressive on the point. There's still a Genji somewhere in the back
Zion,
line.
where are you?
You can tell by the kill feed and the sounds. There you go. There he is.
Get you down. Somebody come in front. And Farah, Mercy first, Mercy first. Mercy first.
Whew. Okay, let's go back over here. There's something to keep in mind. This is more of a muscle
Somebody
memory
come in front.
technical thing, but it's something that you really need to get used to. So
Mercy
right
first,
here, the
Mercy
Mercy
first.
is really, really low. You should really get used to, once you are that close to enemy heroes and your clip is empty, to just melee. Unload your clip, keep walking towards them, and melee. I don't know, do like a little hand. This is that's supposed to be a hand, but just melee them down with your guns and make sure you get him. You might have been able to get the Mercy over here. Like, she is literally at melee range. Her health is so low. The Farah does kind of like get in front of you, but you pretty much were at range. So unload your clip, and rather than like back down because you have all of your cooldowns, so you're good, stay up close to her and finish her off. That could have been a huge difference if you were able to finish this Mercy off. And remember, I don't see you doing this a lot. It's almost like you are used to playing with Soldier or heroes that don't have the mobility of Tracer a little bit, because you come over here and your jerk reaction once you lose your clip is to walk back. But you don't have to do that with Tracer. The beauty of her is that you can literally blink straight to your team, no problem. Get on your Mercy, get on your healers, ask them for some help, get some cover, rather than just walk back. Something to keep in mind. I don't see you using your blinks forward a lot. And that's one thing that is great about her. You can be in front of an enemy hero, and in the split second, you can be behind them or way in front of them. Let's go in.
Mercy first.
Nice, you're able to secure that round.
Yeah. That's nice. Good job, Junkrat. Okay, Soldier coming
We're
up.
back
left.
on
He
the
just,
first point.
Just blew Helix. Nice, he's down.
Nice.
Good pick.
You guys got the pick. Now it's time for you. This is when you really need to keep going You really gotta get behind
Mercy
them.
in the back. I'm jumping on her.
Get on that optimal range.
Mercy
I think
underneath.
right there. Right there. You missed out on your opportunity. I think that you had her. Your main threat, the soldier, right? The one person that can shoot you point blank at a huge range, no matter what you are, no matter if you blink from side to side. He's the only one that can shoot at you, but he's gone, and she's left, and she's going in here to try to get a thing. If anyone from your team is able to go in there and keep putting up the pressure on them, that is you, and you should definitely do that. But again, you're going back to your safe zone in
Jumping
the
on her.
bridge, which I think is a mistake, given the circumstances
Mercy
of this
underneath.
fight.
Oh,
And Orisa is really able to take out
oh, I'm in
pretty
trouble.
much all of your team, just being pocketed by that Mercy. And she was being able to get pocketed by the Mercy because there was no pressure
Pull
on
back, guys.
on
I
her.
think. Pull back if you're still in there. All right, we lost 2 more. All right, hold up. Wait. Don't push yet. Don't push. Okay.
Enemy seen.
All right. Wait for Junkrat. Give it 2 more seconds. 1. Okay, push left side. All right, I'm going to where Mercy. Nice job. We lost Orisa.
Oh, nice.
Genji down.
You're in a great position. I love this position that you're in right here. And you should actually stay there for longer.
My ultimate is charging.
Zarya's low on the right.
Nice. You get this Zarya corner as well. Like,
Zarya
as you
bubble
can tell, it's so hard for them to damage you. Even Zarya. Even if you have the full attention of Zarya and you're just blinking around, it takes so long to kill a Tracer if you're just kind of like doing the Tracer dance, blinking from
Junkrat
side
down.
to side. They should really take advantage of that. Your sustain in battle based on your skills. Nice.
Yeah, boys.
You can be in the Scubby if you want, killing people. You can be in the right
Nice.
side, in the
Good
left
cap, good
side.
cap.
It takes you 1 second to get from place to place, and you should really abuse that.
All right.
Right here, you should be doing this, what you're doing, but from the get-go, as soon as you see them die, like, go on their side and make sure you kill the stragglers. Right now, there's only 2 of them right here. Your team is 6 versus 2 right now. And not staying with them to put the pressure on those, I think it's a definite mistake.
Yeah, he's down.
Even though you guys are still winning the fight, the problem with abandoning the front line...
I
Ooh,
dropped. I fell
little
off.
mistake. It happens to everyone, happens to the best of us. But yeah, I think that you should be, for example, chasing that Mercy,
so
chasing the Orisa in the back.
All right, I got pulse.
If you need help, just come back to your Mercy. But peruse those backlines as much as you can.
We're wiped. We're wiped. We get one
You
more push.
use their health packs too.
6. Yep. Come running. Come running.
Right here, you should have already had blinked over to their backline. You're the only one who can get to the point. That's kind of your task right there. All right, main takeaways. I think that you have good mechanics with your guns. Like when you have the shots on them, you're able to deal good enough damage. You had a couple good sticks with your pulse bombs, so you have a good timing on that. I don't think that's being the problem. I think the problem is more of the playstyle that you're assuming with Tracer. You're playing it in a style that's a little more conducive to McCree or Soldier, where you're trying to abuse your range. You're using health packs that are on the sidelines, but then you're also missing out on one of the main purposes of Tracer, which is she's a flanker and a ganker, and she is an opportunist. She takes advantage of her mobility. She doesn't have a huge health pool, but because of her mobility and abilities, you're able to dodge and sustain quite a bit of damage, which makes you a great hero to really assume risks. With Tracer, there's no such thing as overcommitting as long as your cooldowns are up. You can really play almost abusively aggressive with her. And things that with heroes like McCree, for example, you couldn't do. If you put yourself in positions that you could with Tracer, with McCree, you would die instantly, probably gaining no value for your team. But with Tracer is the opposite. You really want to be at an optimal range, like right in front of you, right? It can't be like way out in the open, way out in the other side, because over here, you don't deal very much damage. You hit kind of like a wet noodle. It's just like a little spray, a little mist of bullets. It's not very effective. But over here, you hit like a truck and you can one clip heroes. And I don't think you're abusing your range quite that much. Also, use your mobility a lot more. I think you're very passive with your blinks, and you save your blinks and your backtrack a lot. Blinks are in a 3-second cooldown. Backtrack is in a, I think, 8-second cooldown. So pretty much almost every fight you have it, and you should start the fight like that. You should really use your blinks, for example, to straight blink through them and get in the back, or use some of the scenery to like blink above them. Basically, use whatever it takes to get behind them as quick as possible. You don't have to walk to places, especially you don't have to use the flanks to walk all over the place. You can just blink straight to an abyss or through an abyss, not to an abyss. You don't want to fall down. But definitely, my point is use your cooldowns, use your blinks all the time. If one blink is not on cooldown, then you're already kind of like wasting that resource. I think that being able to blink everywhere is Tracer's main thing. Be wary of engaging whenever you don't have him. If you don't have your blinks and you want to engage, just be like, oh, let me wait 1 second and stuff. But for the most part, I think you're not using them as much. Same with your backtrack. You're using your backtrack really soon on the fight. I think that rather than using it so soon, use your blinks, like I said, a little more, so you can blink to a side, dodge damage, then blink back to the side, dodge damage. Then once your opponent gets used to that, you're like, you think you have me figured out. So you blink through them and behind them. I know that on console is not as easy to do, since, you also have to move your aim as you're doing it, and then can be a little slow if you're using a controller. But try to develop that kind of style. Even if it's a little slower, you'll eventually get the hang of it. A lot of pros, for example, will start turning their heads before they blink, so that when they blink, they're kind of like halfway turning, seeing behind them and stuff like that. Basically, you start getting the hang of it, but abuse your mobility a little more and get a lot more aggressive. Once you get those key kills, once you see that the soldier is gone and maybe only the mercy is left, really get aggressive in those moments, and don't like run away to the side to get a health pack. Let your mercy heal you, or trust yourself that you're not gonna get hit that often, unless you're playing against really, really skilled shooter people, like some insane McCrees or soldiers or Genjis. People have a really hard time hitting Tracer. You have a very skinny and small body, and bullets just like fly through you like no other. And moreover than that, be aware of when people have the focus on you. So if somebody, let's say soldier who has a huge rifle, sees you, he's like, oh, I see the Tracer, then blink away. And he's like, where did it go? And once he turns and sees you again, and you realize that he sees you, you blink again. And you basically have him in this kind of state of confusion and chaos. And because you know where you're blinking, you have the advantage that you have a split second, like 0.01 seconds, or I don't know, but a split second where you know where he is and he doesn't know where you are. And you can sneak in damage like that and dodge a lot of damage. And if things get really hairy, then that's when you use your backtrack and go back in time. All right, I hope that's not too overwhelming, and I hope this helps a little bit. I love playing Tracer in a very aggressive style, sometimes a little too aggressive. I'm like the opposite of you. I have to rein myself in and be like, wow, that was like too much. I trust myself too much that people are not going to be able to shoot at me. And sometimes that does cost you your life. But I think that even if you die in the process and you start learning, okay, what is too much for Tracer, you also start learning that you can be really out there and do a lot of damage. And even if they kill you, if you're able to get those 2 or 3 picks because you were so aggressive, that works. It doesn't take you very long to come back to the fight as Tracer compared to other heroes. So I think it's worthwhile. All right. Thanks for submitting your bot, Ben, and hope it helped.